So we're not even halfway through Donald Trump's joint address to Congress. It's already off the rails and one of the worst speeches I've ever seen. We are not broadcasting it live because I don't need to show Trump propaganda. I want to show you the lowlights, however, in summary fashion. So we're only halfway through. I'll do a full review of what went down, but here's what's happening so far. Donald Trump attacked the Democrats for not applauding him for achievements that he did not actually do, but he's upset that they're not applauding him for hypothetical achievements. Play this clip.
Fifth such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter.
Then Donald Trump brags about the gold card that he is introducing, that he's selling for $5 million, where Russian oligarchs and Chinese oligarchs can purchase citizenship in the United States. Here, play this clip.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the gold card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated. And these people will have to pay tax in our country. They won't have to pay tax from where they came. The money that they've made, you wouldn't want to do that, but they have to pay tax, create jobs. They'll also be taking people out of colleges and paying for them so that we can keep them in our country instead of having them being forced out. Number one, at the top school, as an example, being forced out and not being allowed to stay and create tremendous numbers of jobs and great success for a company out there. So while we take out the criminals, killers, traffickers.
Then Donald Trump blames the surging prices of groceries and surging prices of eggs, the surging inflation, and the terrible economy right now, and the markets crashing. He blames it all on former President Biden. You can hear the audible groans in the crowd. Let's play it.
Joe Biden especially let the price of eggs get out of control. The egg price is out of control, and we're working hard to get it back down. Secretary, do a good job on that. You inherited a total mess from the previous administration. Do a good job.
Then Donald Trump mentions an African nation and the word trans, and Republicans find this to be hilarious. Here, play this clip.
$8 million to promote LGBTQI+. In the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender. This is real. $32 million.
Then Donald Trump talks about sports team with trans women losing their funding. This is one of his biggest priorities as Americans are suffering from the markets crashing, from cuts to Medicaid, to cuts to our government. This is their main issue. Here, play this clip.
Peyton is here tonight in the gallery, and Peyton, from now on, schools will kick the men off the girls' team, or they will lose all federal funding.
And to make things very clear where Republicans stand on these issues, as Elon Musk and his team of 19 to 25-year-olds are going through your personal and private data, social security information, medical information, tax information, and gutting critical programs, FAA jobs, Social Security Administration jobs, national park jobs, other government jobs that are very, very, very important, and treating people so cruelly. Elon Musk gets the biggest standing ovation from Republicans as Democrats stay seated. Here, play this clip.
And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
Then Donald Trump lies and says that he's found probable fraud in the Social Security system, which is basically just code for they're going after your Social Security just as they're going after your Medicaid. And I've already played clips in other videos that I've done where Elon Musk, who you just saw get the standing ovation, who's basically running the government, says that Social Security is one massive fraud, one big Ponzi scheme. So when they're saying that, they're basically saying they're going to get rid of Social Security. Here, play this clip.
Identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government.
Now, they're already targeting about 7,000 or so Social Security Administration workers to be fired. They're shutting down Social Security offices. I saw an individual, 80 years old. She called the Social Security Administration today for applications, and they said the wait time is somewhere in the range of 200 to 300 days based on staff reductions. I'll do a whole other video of that in the morning. Over here, as Donald Trump says that people need to be hired on the basis of skill and competence, the camera cuts to Lauren Boebert. Here, watch this.
We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Then Donald Trump says, after crashing our economy in just 40 days or so, that this has been the most successful presidency and that George Washington is number 2. This is what the psychopath is saying. Here, play this clip.
Stated by many that the first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. By many. And what makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington.
Then Donald Trump says that the country is woke no longer. I'll let you watch this. Let's play this clip.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies all across the entire federal government and indeed the private sector and our military. And our country will be woke no longer.
Earlier in the day, you'll recall that Trump's top advisor, Alina Habba, who was his former lawyer, said that the reason that all of these veterans are losing their jobs is because they're probably not fit to have a job at this moment. She says, we love veterans, but they're probably just not good workers. Here, listen to yourself.
Starting to think about maybe some of those veterans who worked for the federal government and maybe what the administration can do to at least help salvage their lives?
Well, as you know, we care about veterans tremendously. I mean, that's something the president has always cared about. Anybody in blue, anybody that serves this country. But at the same time, we have taxpayer dollars. We have a fiscal responsibility to use taxpayer dollars to pay people that actually work. That doesn't mean that we forget our veterans by any means. We are going to care for them in the right way, but perhaps they're not fit to have a job at this moment or not willing to come to work. And we can't, I wouldn't take money from you and pay somebody and say, sorry, they're not going to come to work. It's just not acceptable.
Another horrible day in the markets as Donald Trump's bragging about the economy. In the past month, the Dow Jones has declined by over 2,000 points. You see it right there, down 4.57%. As our markets were crashing today, Donald Trump was fundraising off it. And he's saying, I'm launching the Ultra MAGA fundraising blitz, he says. The Ultra MAGA fundraising blitz. Just give him some money. Before the speech, our Gen Z correspondent, Adam Mockler, had the opportunity to interview DNC Chair Martin. Here's his message to Donald Trump. Let's play it.
What would be your message to Elon Musk and his teenage Doge dudes who are currently firing career civil servants?
Well, go to hell. I mean, the reality is what you're doing is destroying our country right now, all to make more money for yourself, all to steal data so you can help build your companies. What you're doing is wrong. And at the end of the day, we're watching. The American people are fed up and it's not working.
Here's Democratic Congresswoman Clark's message to Donald Trump. Let's play it.
It's pretty depressing seeing Republicans just cede all this power to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. If you could say something to Trump right now, what would your message be? Resign.
And just so I can share with you the receipts, this is what Donald Trump's promise was when he said on day one he would lower prices immediately. Let's play it.
So when I win, I will immediately bring prices down. Starting on day one, we will end Kamala's war on American energy, and we will drill, baby, drill. We're going to drill.
And here's Donald Trump promising that he would bring peace to Ukraine in 24 hours, which he has not done either. Here, play this clip.
End the war in Ukraine in 24 hours.
Yes, I do.
How would you do that?
I know Zelensky very well. I'll end that war between those two countries in 24 hours. It won't even take that long. I will get the war ended. I'll stop all of those lives from being wasted and lost. And there'll be no more bombing of Ukraine. There'll be no more bombing of Russia. And everybody will be happy. It can be negotiated, I think, within 24 hours. It really has to be done from the office of the president. And you have to get them both in a room. And there are things you can say to each one of them, which I won't reveal now, which will guarantee that this war will end immediately.
And that to get it solved, I can do it in 24 hours. I know both players, and I can do that in 24 hours. But you can only do it from the office of the president. You need that. You need that seat. You need what's tailed in that seat, and I would have that done in 24 hours. It wouldn't even be tough. I know what to say to each of them, and there's no way they would reject it.
I will end that war in one day. It'll take 24 hours. I would have a deal done in 24 hours from the time we started. And I would tell Zelensky something, and I would tell Putin something, and I'd get him into a room, and I'd tell him again and again. I would have a deal done very quickly.
There you have it, folks. That's the halfway mark, halftime of the speech. Tune in about a half hour, 45 minutes. I'll give you the full recap. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.